So I'm out here doing another review, and I'm pretty excited about this review. I'm going to be comparing the Flex to the CRUZR XC. They are very similar saddles. This review has been a long time coming. I actually had several of my subscribers reach out to AERO Hunter and ask if they would allow me to do a review of their saddle. So I want to say thank you to all of you who reached out. I really appreciate that. What I'm most excited about is once this review is done, one of you are going to have the opportunity to win this exact saddle that I'm sitting in right now. All you have to do to be eligible for the saddle is 1, subscribe to my channel, and for 2, drop me a comment below and let me know that you're interested in being a part of the drawing. I'm going to be doing the drawing in September. I will cover the cost of shipping. There'll be no expense to you. So I just received the AERO Hunter Kestrel Flex in the mail, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing and first impressions. Let's get started. The Flex comes in at 2 pounds 3 ounces. Okay, so I did want to give a full disclosure that I did not purchase the Kestrel Flex. AERO Hunter sent that to me for a product review. I'm not affiliated with AERO Hunter. I don't work for them or know anybody that does. Okay, so real quick, I just want to go over some of the specs and details of the Flex. The Flex comes in at $269. The sizes are a size 1 and a size 2. A size 1 is a 26 to 36 waist, and a size 2 is a 37 to 46 waist. The Flex comes in 3 camo patterns, ASAT, a Predator, and a broadside. This is the broadside pattern. I really like the broadside. It looks really sharp. The Flex comes with 3 options for the bridge style. You can get a 1-inch webbing bridge that has a buckle. You can get the 1-inch webbing bridge that has a carabiner, or you can get a rope bridge. Those are the 3 bridge options. When you place your order, you can choose what bridge style you want. All 3 of their bridge styles are adjustable. You either adjust it with the buckle here, you can adjust it with the carabiner. So according to the AERO Hunter website, the Flex is everything that the original Kestrel was, but they've added some additional features. So one of the added benefits to the Flex is obviously the expandable seat for comfort. The other thing, according to their website, is the more forward lineman loops, a little easier to see. Both the bridge loops as well as the lineman loops have the reflective thread as well as the red webbing. Again, the other difference in the original Kestrel and the Flex is all of the bridges are adjustable. You also get the 3 options on what bridge style you want. You also get to choose between the camo patterns, the ASAT, the Predator, or the broadside. According to the website, the Flex weighs just under 2 pounds. As we just saw on the scale, my scale says it's 2 pounds 3 ounces. It's right there in the ballpark. The belt buckle is an ADF Raptor style buckle. Really nice looking, very, very solid and heavy duty. It will not go in upside down. It does have these teeth that will only allow it to go in one way. The leg straps as well as the bridge are a 1-inch nylon mil spec. The leg strap buckles are a 1-inch ADF Raptor buckle. Same thing with the leg straps. You can only put it in one direction. Very nice looking, very heavy duty. It does have 2 rows of molly loops across the top. Both of those rows are very loose, very easy to get a carabiner through, to get a rope through. If you want to put some paracord through there to hold your climbing sticks or your platform. Dump pouches, they would be really easy to install on these molly loops. It moves nicely on the bridge. We'll see when we test it out in a tree if you're able to settle in and change the bridge positions without it sliding. It does feel very heavy duty, very solid. So the one thing I kind of wanted to do is compare the Flex to the CRUZR XC. I wanted to kind of show some of the differences and some of the similarities. So the lineman loop on the Flex feeds back into itself. CRUZR XC, they've made the lineman loop loop around to the lower row of mollies. So it does have a natural tendency to sit open. The bridge on the Flex does have that red webbing underneath with the threads that are reflective. On the CRUZR XC, it's just black. There's no reflective threading. The bridge loops are nearly identical as far as the design, other than the red webbing and reflective threads on the Flex. I do think that's a nicer feature on the Flex. The bridge for the Flex is the 1-inch webbing. It does slide very easily on the bridge loop. It does have a buckle that makes it adjustable. The bridge on the CRUZR XC is an AM steel with a Prusik knot. It also slides nicely on the bridge, but it also has the ability to lock down and hold that position. So we'll test that on the Flex. Here's the difference with the Flex ADF Raptor buckle and the CRUZR XC. As far as the size, the CRUZR XC's waist buckle is slightly smaller. I've got the tops lined up. There's also a difference in size for the leg straps, but as you can see, their sizes, the CRUZR XC is much smaller in size. The CRUZR XC, they can be flipped around and they will work in any direction. So the overall length of both saddles they appear to be identical. If I hold the tops together, as you can see, the tops here are held together at the same. It does appear that the XC hangs down, so it's about a 1/2 inch. So the CRUZR XC is a 1/2 inch longer when the mesh is in the closed position. So it's roughly 17 inches. The CRUZR's 19 inches. So the Flex has a parachute material. There is some noise to it. And the CRUZR is a mesh material. There's no noise to it. So as far as breathability, the CRUZR is definitely going to breathe more than the Flex. They both have pretty obvious differences in looks, but I really like both. I think the black looks really sharp, but I also am a really big fan of this broadside camo pattern. All right, something I wanted to see is if I just pulled on the tag end on the buckle, on the waist buckle, if that would tighten up, and it does. Same with the leg straps. You can buckle those and they pull tight. As far as the lineman loops, are easy to get to. They're really easy to look down and see. The bridge glides through there really nicely. We'll test that again once there's weight put in the saddle. Goes back together really easily, really nice. So with the CRUZR, you cannot pull your tag ends and it snug up. You will have to pre-adjust the length of your waist belt. The XC lineman loops are also far enough forward, very easy to see. The bridge on the XC slides through nicely. You do feel it has that little bit of a thumping with the AM steel. It's just the difference between the rope and the 1-inch webbing. The XC is adjustable. I'm going to do the same thing with this review that I've done in my other saddle reviews. I'm going to wear the saddle in. I want to feel the comfort of the saddle with my dump pouches. I like to see how the saddle wears in and out of the woods. I'm going to get set up with my climbing sticks. I'm going to use the lineman loops just like I would in a hunting scenario. I'm going to get to hunting height. I'm going to shoot my bow from the saddle. Then I'm going to make an adjustment to the bridge itself in length, as well as to see if it's adjustable and if it holds its position on the bridge loops. I'm going to sit in the saddle for an hour, and then I'm going to descend the tree using my lineman's loops, and then I'll walk out and see how the saddle feels coming out of the woods. So that's the test that I'm going to put the Flex through. Alright, well, we made it up here. My tether's about forehead height right now. Right now I'm feeling most of the weight, maybe a little bit on my hips. The bridge slides through pretty nicely. There's a little resistance, but not much at all. I mean, it's pretty easy. I'm going to make an adjustment on the bridge. It's staying right in that position once you kind of crimp the bridge loops around it. That's definitely more comfortable. I can definitely feel it a little more evenly distributed, being right here in the middle. Let me try the bottom. Now the bottom slips. And the bottom just slipped back to the middle. Trying to get a good bend there. As you can see, it slips right back to the middle. Maybe if I put it here below. So that will work if you slip it down below the bridge loop. And I definitely feel that across my thigh right here. If you move that up onto the bridge loop, once you get it beyond the bridge loop, it's really hard to get it back. That is definitely not something you want to do intentionally. Wow, that was a pain. All right, so as you can see, you don't want to go below those bridge loops. That's a real pain to get that back. It seems to hold really well in the middle. It seems to bite on the top too. It slides a little, but for the most part it holds an upper setting. The middle's more down here. You just squeeze it and it just holds that position really well. Okay, well, my 1 hour is up and I'm packing up now and gonna head down. There are some features about the Flex that I really like. It's very comfortable. The seat expands for dialing in that perfect comfort. I like the reflective thread that runs through the webbing and the red. There's really nothing I wouldn't like about the Flex. Is this a saddle that I would buy and use? Absolutely. The Flex is an extremely comfortable saddle. I've not been uncomfortable at all in this entire hour. Granted, it's only an hour sit. Now I understand for all the saddles I'm reviewing, I'm sitting in them for an hour. I get the fact that that's not an all-day sit. You can't really truly know until you've done an all-day sit. I'm at least sitting in the saddle for 1 hour, trying to just see if there's an opportunity for discomfort within that first hour. I can start to tell where it's going to pull. I can start to feel the tight spots. I can tell if I'm going to need to make adjustments. I can pivot around the tree for an hour and move around in different positions. If I had to choose to buy the CRUZR XC or the Flex, I personally would buy the CRUZR XC. I like the mesh expansion chamber. I like that the Raptor buckles for the waist as well as the legs are interchangeable as far as directional. I'm not opposed to the 1-inch webbing. I like it actually, and I like that it is adjustable. It does glide really nice, but I do like the prusik knots and the adjustability on the bridge for the CRUZR XC. The CRUZR XC has the real stiff bridge loops, and it doesn't slip at all. When you lean into that prusik knot, it really tightens down and it changes the pitch of the saddle. You can do that with this Flex, but it's limited. It does slip a little, and you kind of have to bend over the bridge loops and crimp them and kind of hope it stays. So in my opinion, there's just a few things with the CRUZR XC that I like a little better, but I would 100% buy the Kestrel Flex. This is a very sweet saddle. I really like it. I like the look of it a lot. All you have to do to be eligible for the saddle is 1, subscribe to my channel, and for 2, drop me a comment below and let me know that you're interested in being a part of the drawing. So with that being said, I hope you guys found this review helpful, and I appreciate you watching. Take care.